Hello, Daz here with Lockz. This is part 2 in my Sparrows Revolver discussion or series. This video is going to discuss these Sparrows pins. Now, I bought this revolver and the reload kit thinking that I could secure up my locks at home, and locks that I buy, help friends, that kind of thing. What I came to realize is that the Sparrows driver security and standard pins are domed or convex in shape at the ends. Now, this is what allows the driver pins to work their way over the channel on the core so that it doesn't bind up. Now, I didn't know this, and no one online had an explanation that I could find anyway. So I took it apart, put in normal driver pins from this old Schlage lock that I had, and picked it. Now, when I got to that point of the bottom channel going across these flat pins, it bound up. Of course it did, and I had to use a tension bar to realign everything. But you can see here that these pins from my old Schlage, they are beautifully flat. Look how flat that is. They stand up just absolutely perfectly. Now this is the driver pin, and this is the key pin. Now you can see that doming on there, and these ones, ooh, it almost stood up there, but these ones, they're very domed. They don't stand up very well, that kind of thing. Now if you put these end to end, you can see how tight that shear line would be with the normal Schlage pins. Now if you put these together like that, you've almost doubled or tripled that shear line. So there is a bit of doming on the top of the key pins. It's very slight, but it's still there. So I've saw some people, some really expert pickers online, pick their way around this and saying that it was a fairly easy pick. Well, that double or 2.5 shear line definitely helps with that. The only ones that don't have domed on both ends are these serrated pins. Now the reason for that would be when you're repinning this lock with your security pins, the spool pins can go either way, the mushroom pins can go either way, but when you're pinning, you are not going to put the serrated pins upside down, because then the serrations wouldn't come into play. But I'm going to put them upside down. I need to say here that I do not see these doming as a bad thing. This is a practice lock, and it's designed to get your skill set up for you to move on to more and more challenging locks, difficult pinnings, this type of thing. It took me a while to be able to pick this lock all the way around with only standard driver pins, and I'm very proud of myself when I could make a full revolution without having to reset the pins. This lock has and is continuing to elevate my game, and when I get there, I'm definitely going to repin this with all standard Schlage pin security, that kind of thing. I'm just not there yet. When you get to the point of wanting flat pins in this lock, it can be done with the pins that come with this kit. If you take the serrated pins and turn them upside down and use them in the bitting that where the serrations wouldn't come into play, you can use these basically as standard driver pins. The other thing is your key pins, if you put these here, you can see that that's pretty close to the length that you need, and the ones over here are almost exact. So if you were to use these key pins upside down, then you could basically simulate all standard pins with a nice flatter edge and not domed, and that'll just elevate the pick. So I have 6 of these, 4 of these gives me 10. I have 14 serrated pins, and there's 6 in each of these, 24 in total, which gives me the exact number that I need to get standard pins all the way around. I would get the core locking, but I would either use the tension tool to advance it along. There's somebody online that showed how to chamfer the bottom of this so that the pins can kind of slide over. He also mentioned that you could cut the bottom of a key and just use that in the lock to help advance it along. I haven't found anybody online that has done that, so I did it myself. Here it is here. I took quite a bit off, and I didn't want a big overhang, so I just left a little bit of it on there so that when you insert it in the lock, it basically sits right on the face of this whole thing and does not get in my way. Now I'd have to use top of the keyway, but I need practice with that anyway. I really badly need practice with top of the keyway. But there is a way to do bottom of the keyway with the flat pins so that it advances along, that I've kind of seen. I just got to test, but that's a later video. I think that's all I wanted to discuss about the Sparrows pins. Thank you for watching. That's my video.